Hi, I'm Miss Travis. I teach 4th grade, and this is Jake. And today we're going to read to you Nick the Knight and the Dragon. This is a story about Nick the Knight. He is the smallest knight in all the kingdom. There are lots of things that knights should be good at, but because Nick is so small, he's not very good at any of them. He isn't very good at archery. His sword is too big and too heavy for him to lift. His horse is too big for him to ride. And he isn't very brave. He's even scared of spiders. And the spider says, hee hee hee, and he says, ah, a spider. All the other knights in the kingdom make fun of Nick for being so small and not very brave. They won't even let him join in playing cabbage football. There's a picture of that. One day, Nick was in his castle shining his sword and shield when he heard a loud roar from outside. He quietly tiptoed to the top of the castle to see who, or what, had made such a loud and terrifying noise. As he peeked over the wall, Nick let out a gasp. It was the biggest dragon he had ever seen. The dragon says, roar! The dragon let out another loud roar, and everybody in the kingdom ran away as fast as they could. It was also the scariest dragon Nick had ever seen, so he tried to hide behind his shield. But it was too late. The dragon had seen him. The huge dragon flapped its wings and flew over to the castle. It landed next to Nick with a loud thud. The dragon lowered its head next to Nick's and opened its mouth, revealing sharp, pointy teeth and breath that smelled like cabbage. Yuck! Nick closed his eyes. He was sure he was about to be eaten. Nick says, "Oh no!" To Nick's surprise, he hadn't been eaten. He slowly opened one eye and peeked between his fingers. The dragon was sitting down and holding its mouth. "Can you please help? My tooth hurts," said the dragon. "Everyone else is too scared to help, and I've got a toothache." Nick opened his eyes, looked into the dragon's mouth, and saw an arrow stuck between two of its teeth. If you look really hard, you can see it. Nick stood up and bravely reached into the scary dragon's mouth. He grabbed hold of the arrow and gave it a pull with all his might. The arrow came straight out, and Nick fell backward onto the floor with a bump. The dragon looked at Nick and said, "Thank you, brave knight. My tooth doesn't hurt anymore." The dragon stuck out its tongue and gave Nick a great big lick. And with that, the dragon wiggled its tail, flapped its wings, and took off into the sky. Everyone in the kingdom soon heard how brave Nick had been, and they threw him a big party to celebrate. Sir Nick the Hero. and Nick became known as the bravest knight in all the kingdom. And that is the end. Thanks for listening. Good night.